All right, welcome back everybody. So doing a GPS review today and got a little video at the end that I made for the boss of the yard and all that stuff, so I hope you enjoy it. But for right now, let's get to these GPSs. Come on. Alright, so what we're going to start with now is how I have them set up on my dash, because a few of you guys asked about that and were pretty interested in it. So the Garmin DZL is on its mount flipped upside down with paper inside the ball socket. Otherwise, it will just keep falling down. Have it all the way up and over in the corner because I like it above the visor so it doesn't take up any of what I can see. And then for the Overdrive 8, I have the bar flipped over up into the corner with this squeezed in and pushed up. And if you look right here, how there's glue on the back of there, that's because this mount sucks. And that's what we're gonna get to first. It is the hardware that they come with. So let's take this down and take this. Let's jump back here. All right, so here's my first mount that came with the McNally Overdrive 8 Pro, which is this one. First month I had it, the back, which I just showed you on the base up there, the tabs broke, and then about 6 months after that, this broke right here. So JB welded that a few times. Now it's I can't remember what that is. It's some kind of epoxy, two-part epoxy. And that held up for a while, but it broke again, so I had to buy a new mount. The hardware that this comes with is absolutely ridiculous. You can never get this mount properly. It's always shaking and coming apart and everything else. And this is how it mounts up. And you can see here, it's just two little magnets, three, that hold it on there. And if you hit a good enough bump, falls off every time. So, oh crap, sorry, not videoing real good this time. You hit a bump or anything, it falls off. Absolutely sucks. This thing came down off the dash more times than I care to even tell you about. So this used to be in the top left corner where the Garmin is now, and it would fall off, hit the key to the truck, turn the truck off, and then you're driving down the road and the engine's off and you have no power steering, nothing. It was real fun. So this one also likes to freeze up all the time. It'll freeze up, turn off, leave you stuck in places where you have no idea where you're going. It's absolutely horrible. Now the Garmin, I like it. Good, solid piece. It's got this big magnet in the back. Well, the magnet's on the base up there. It holds too good. It's not sticking way off the dash, so it doesn't vibrate around or anything besides the falling down part. So when it comes to the actual function of sitting on the dash, I would recommend the diesel. So now let's go into finding out where you're going. This one always asks you all that. Comes up pretty easy. This one doesn't ever like to find out where you are. It has a real hard time finding you. This one you have to, how do you do it? Oh yeah, you got to go here, go down, I don't even remember. Oh, guided search right there, and then you finally get to your new location. So all right, I looked up some completely random address, and it is a Costco distribution center in Chicago. So let's pull up the GPSs and see if we can find it. And guys, I'm really sorry, I'm not good with review stuff, but as time goes on, we'll probably get better if you guys want more of that. So let's get to seeing what happens here. All right, so the address is 7300 South CICERO Ave. So you do that, put right here, Illinois, bam. That's it. Bedford Park, Chicago. Now this one, I don't like it a whole lot because it does that and then it asks you if you want to go tolls or non-tolls. So for this one, we're just gonna say yes, avoid tolls. And now it's gonna take a while before it finally pulls that up. Now that's the toll roadway. All right, so now let's go over to this one. Garmin diesel, Overdrive 8 from Rand McNally. So enter city name. What the heck? And that is Chicago, Illinois. Now see how it starts taking letters away? I absolutely hate this about this GPS. So you do that and look, you can't do a space. The road name is South Syria, whatever the hell that is. So we're gonna go see, I hate it. I hate this. I hate it so much. So now we're back to square one. And this would happen all the time. And now it's searching for GPS because it's not connected to its base. It'll never find it. This thing cannot find itself when it's off the base to save its life. This one, all the time, we're good to go. Bam, it's already got it pulled up for us. And then it has all these. Never listen to these because 95% of the time they're not right. Well, those ones are, but still. All right, so new location again, address. No, there's that. And sometimes it pulls it up, and sometimes you got to go all the way through the menus. All right. So it is. Okay. All right. So now this is what I like about the Rand McNally. You can hit compare routes, show toll road versus non-toll road, and then bam, pulls it up just like that. And it gives you everything, and you can look at it and figure out what you want to do. It even gives you a price on how much it's going to cost and time, miles, the whole 9 yards. And that's what I like about this one. And you can see the roads a lot better on this GPS. It gives you more detail because it's Rand McNally. They made the Atlas. And Garmin, on the other hand, it shows you everything like this. And this one loves to take you way outside of where you're going. It takes the safe route no matter what. Like if we're going like right here, instead of finding a road that came across, it would bring us out over and up most of the time, is what I've found. But so then every time you do something like that, or you're going somewhere, the GPS is only going to get you like close to it. It's never going to take you to the front door, absolutely ever. I've went to places before and I was still a block away and couldn't find a building and just kept doing circles because it said I was there and I was at a stoplight. So major thing you got to do before you ever leave, before you get to where you're going, look up the address on Google Maps. Look it up. All right, so now this one's in Chicago, so let's go to Google Maps and check it out. All right, so this is where it's saying we got to go. So, all right, so here's the dock doors. Looks like a truck parked in there. So you know you got to come in this way. And a good way to find out if you're not sure if this is like a way for trucks to go in, look for black marks turning in and out. So you see that there's tire marks right there. Cars normally don't leave tire marks like that. So that's one way to figure it out. So let's check out this. And Google's always going to tell you a different way, really. But you take them, and I always compare the three of them. So they're obviously all going to tell you the same toll road. And the Garmin laying down again. And it did it again. Okay, I'm done with that. It shows you the same thing pretty much all the time. and now it's not even going to calculate it. All right, so that one likes to turn off all the time. So I ran this GPS for, let's see how many miles I got on it. So I've got 187,000 miles on this GPS, and it's been off for the past 2 weeks, I think it was, because it just randomly wanted to stop charging and didn't want to turn on, and then it randomly came back on yesterday. That's why I was gonna have this video out already. Police rolling by. I was gonna have this video already out, but this one decided it took a crap, so that's why I waited on that. But this one I also like about this, and that is not from in a truck. That was when I was in Mexico in a truck at home with a V8 in it. So Mexico at home. Anyway, so there's today I haven't done nothing, and then that is the past 30 hours. So this one gives you your nearest cross street, longitude, latitude, your current location, all that stuff, but it's not connected to the GPS because it's not connected to its base. So basically what I'm getting at here is I really like the Rand McNally. Whenever you get it, the parts it comes with, how you mount it to the dash, all that stuff absolutely sucks. It absolutely is just horrible. It breaks all the time, and it's just a headache. Turns off, loses you, puts you in a real bad spot, but the mapping is good. It's gotten me in most places where I was happy, but it still put me in a bridge. It still put me on non-truck roads, just like the Garmin has. They've both done that. They both suck at sending you anywhere, and GPSs do suck. You don't really know that how bad GPSs suck until you're in a truck and you drive as many miles as we do out here. And yes, guys, I know the old guys, it's the Atlas, it's the Atlas, it's the Atlas. You can do that. The Atlas is going to get you to the town. Sorry, it's only going to get you to the town. After that, there's so many places now. It's not the 80s anymore. You're going to have a Google to find out exactly where the place is at with its address and figure it out, unless you have a buddy that's been there 1,000 times and can guide you in. That still happens. You guys still do it like that. But for a young guy that's starting and doesn't have any friends on the road, and most people don't have a CB radio anyway nowadays, you can't just get on the radio and ask if you've been here and get you sent in. So you got to have a GPS. I mean, there's no way around it, but you can't rely on it. You've got to look at what you're doing at all times. You got to look at the signs. You got to make sure there's not a bridge on the road. Run 2 GPSs, because the Garmin, all right, for example, when you're getting on the bypass to go around Atlanta and you're coming off 75 headed north, it would tell you to get on the first exit ramp, which sends you on the east bypass, and go down to the first exit, get off, go across, and then come back to head west. And that's because it's no trucks after the next exit, which is to get on to go around the west side. So if you can actually follow where it tells you and go look at all the rubber in the road from trucks going on that path and turning around, because they didn't have enough of a brain to realize the next exit is the one that they're supposed to get on to go west on the bypass. So you've got to look at what you're doing at all times. The GPS is never going to take you to the front door. Use Google to get to the front door. Use the truck GPS to get most of the way there, and use your head to figure the rest out. If the road doesn't look like you should be on it, or the turn's too tight, don't go down it. Go find somewhere to pull over. If it's a dead road, put your 4-ways on, stop, and figure out what's going on. It's really not that hard. So if I was to recommend one of these 2 GPSs, either the Garmin DZL or Diesel, whatever they call it, or the Rand McNally Overdrive 8 Pro, I can't. I really can't, to be honest with you, because I like the maps in the Overdrive 8, but if you're not okay with the way that it sticks on the dash or like any of that, you're gonna want to get the Garmin. But honestly, if you're starting out, get the Garmin. It's gonna get you there one way or another. It's not gonna shut off. It's a good base. If you mind messing around and stuff with the other one, go ahead and go for it. It's really a good GPS. It just comes with a lot of problems. And the camera and the dash camera, none of that works really. I mean, I don't have one of the Rand McNally ones, but the thing has a hard enough time as is doing just a truck GPS. And it's got other tools and stuff and communication and entertainment. I don't mess with none of that. That's why I got a phone. I got, you know, so most of the things that they give you on there are worthless. The truck tools with your fuel and all that, if you go into it, I mean, I'm sure it can be helpful and this, that, and the other, but half the time the GPS isn't even connected. And so how is it gonna be accurate at all, you know? So I only use the Rand McNally for its outside purposes, like my speed, where, oh, here we go, look at, and now it's got up the connecting road. Yes, I'm at Truck World again. I mean, it tells you exactly where you're at, the yard time, your local time, all that fun stuff. So that's the only thing I use the Rand McNally for nowadays, because I don't trust it enough to take me anywhere. I use the Garmin if I don't know where I'm going. If I know where I'm going, I'll just throw it on Google. So that way, while I'm driving and I got the radio on, Google will pop up and say, hey, you know, the next exit. But I know where I'm going, but you're on the phone, you're talking, or you're listening to the radio, you'll drive right past the exit. Then you got to go 10 miles to the next exit and turn around. Now you've got an extra 20 miles on. You just wasted 20 minutes, and it drives me up the wall. But it happens. You know, it happens to the best of us. So that's the GPS review. Like I said in the intro, I got a video that I made for the boss. It's pretty cool. I hope you guys like it. And I want you guys to drop some comments down below and let me know, because I feel like it's repetitive when I keep doing the same trip, because like this is the third or fourth time I've come out here to PA, and normally I don't do this. Normally I just run Florida, but I don't feel like you guys want to see me coming out here again and again when it's the same road. It's the same thing every time. But I mean, obviously it's different weather conditions, blah, blah, blah. When it gets to winter time, I'm definitely going to do it again. So drop some comments down below on what you like on that. Let me know if you like this video. I'm sorry, it's probably pretty cringy and not that exciting compared to the normal live action. So gonna be getting the Florida run eventually. I'm still working on other videos. I've got the whole list up there that I'm working on. So thank you guys for supporting me. Thanks for all the subscribers. Don't forget, like, subscribe. We're gonna see you next time. Come on.